Casey's Corner, introducing you to small businesses in the East Valley. Brought to you by Prosperity North Advisors, a Kendall insurance agency, protecting your prosperity.
Hello everyone, Casey Kendall, Prosperity North Advisors, a Kendall insurance agency, protecting your prosperity. Joining me today on Casey's Corner, and we're actually on location, which is super exciting. It's like old school. I am at Norris Air in Mesa, Arizona. I'm with Paula Norris and Yvonne. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Yes.
So, Paula, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about Norris Air, how long you've been around, what your history is, and what you're doing within the community to service your clients.
Okay. Norris Air has been in business since 1973. We are in the same location as we started. We are at 3841 East Main Street in Mesa. My dad started the company and built a building here in Mesa in the 70s. He started with the manufactured homes and did all the air conditioning units for the mobile homes and park models in the state of Arizona. So we travel from Surprise down to Casa Grande, and we go to Florence. We are active in Santan Valley. So we have quite a scope of customers, and we do light commercial and also residential as well. Maintenance agreements, and also we do homes as well. So we're a well-rounded 50-year-old company almost.
That's awesome. So, Paula, you gave me a tour of the facility. It's absolutely beautiful. You do a lot here, and I would say that you're doing more than the average AC company might be doing as far as stocking your trucks, having a supply of inventory on hand. Talk to us about that process and why that separates you from any other AC company.
Well, it takes a lot of strategy to know what the seasons are going to bring us, and also we deal a lot with the snowbirds. So when the snowbirds come back from October to February, we service them as well, and they like to be very, very cold here in the wintertime. So we do air conditioning year-round for the snowbirds.
So essentially, how can you make the inside of my house Minnesota?
Yes.
While I'm
in Arizona, exactly.
Perfect, got it.
But we don't have to shovel the snow here.
That's true, unless something's gone wildly wrong.
Exactly.
Yvonne, tell us a little bit about your role within Norris Air and who you're working with directly.
I do the marketing and community relations for Norris Air. I'm out there. We do a lot of work in the mobile home parks, so I go to all the different mobile home parks and kind of introduce ourselves. We sponsor a lot of events. We do coffee and donuts. We like to we'll bring cookies and do ice cream trucks and things like that. Just interact with the community.
Absolutely, that's awesome.
Kind of let them, know who we are and help them out. So I'm all over.
That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. That community client engagement is critical, especially in this market. Now, I know that you've got trucks all over the valley. I love your marketing. It's beautiful. I think your pictures on a few of them. That's
a few of the bands, yes.
So you go all over the valley, correct?
Yes, we do.
And so tell us about your ideal client.
Okay, our ideal client is someone that has an air conditioning unit that is approximately 10 to 15 years old and has never had any maintenance. We love those people because we go in and we can actually get their equipment to work better with service. So if you have your air conditioner maintained, you get years more out of it. And also, Yvonne's going to talk to you about changing your filter and what type of filter to use too. That's very important.
Very cool. And as a new air conditioner purchaser, I want to make sure that I'm using the right filter so it doesn't go down. I'm going to ask a couple rapid fire questions. And so either one of you can take it, but the first one is around the air filter. So how do I know when I should change my air filter?
We like to give a rule of thumb. It's easy to remember, just the first of the month. My husband usually waits until I tell him. An easier way,
Every husband does. At least I do, yeah.
an easier way is when, first of the month when you're changing your filter, just write on there the date that you installed it.
Very
Because
cool.
he'll say, well, I know I changed it recently, but you really can't unless you write the date on there. So we say an easy way to remember is the first of the month. A lot of people install the wrong kind too. They go to the store and they buy the really thick accordion style, and those actually add pressure to your system and making it reduce its efficiency.
Really?
So really simply, a very simple, cheap, and efficient.
I think we have one back
we have
here.
a little, just a plain simple one. Is all
And you can
need.
get these at any big
You
box
can get them
hardware
here,
store?
or you can go.
We sell them here as well.
Awesome.
You can, yeah, just a simple plain one, and my husband didn't believe me when I first started working here that this is all we needed, because he thought you needed a big thick one, but this is all you need.
Well, you go and there's an entire aisle dedicated to air filters, and they vary in price and they vary in thickness and obviously size depending on unit and everything.
Correct.
But I didn't know that. I've been buying
The thick ones.
The thick ones that are super woven and flashy.
Right. Well, if you think about it, that causes more restriction. So it's like putting your hand over the vacuum cleaner and it sucks harder because your hand is now covering up a lot of the suction. So if you have something thinner like a tissue or whatever, then it doesn't suck as hard on your vacuum cleaner. And your air conditioner is working to try and recover that circulation.
A filter like that's still catching the debris,
Exactly.
still filtering out, doing its job, but allowing your system to free flow.
Exactly.
And
Phenomenal.
then changing it once a month keeps it clean, so it keeps all the dust and debris out, so that it runs better. Versus the people that, excuse me, wait 6 months and now all that is trapped in
Right.
the system, reducing it.
And you're also breathing that dirty air, if you think about that as well.
Yeah, I don't like to think about that. But here's something I didn't know. There's batteries in my thermostat. And then how
Yes.
often should I change the batteries
So
in
a
my
lot of times we'll
thermostat?
get calls from people and they say, I turned on my AC and it's not working. And the first question we'll ask is, did you change your batteries in your?
That's like calling tech support, is your computer plugged in?
Right.
Yeah, right.
And so they're like, "But batteries?" So this is if you have a programmable, just a simple one. If you lift it off the wall, there are indeed batteries in there.
Look at that.
So we suggest once a year. And if your batteries are dead, you won't be able to turn on your AC.
Wow.
So a lot of people don't know that. So
Phenomenal. Okay, so that's a great tip, and I love that. But what happens if a client is experiencing like airflow issues within their system? Maybe it's out of balance, or is that an indication that something might be wrong?
Yes, there's a lot of companies or customers in Incanterra, which is in Santan, and they have a damper zone. So they have 3 or 4 dampers in their house. A lot of times one of the dampers will become disconnected or lose power or just break. And so we go in and the service technician goes up in their attic and checks the dampering system to make sure that it's opening and closing with the temperature of the air conditioning system in relationship to that.
And so that would then make sure that the unit itself, like this big guy right here, is running at its maximum efficiency, especially with the cost of energy and those types of things going up. Having those dampers in line and making sure that everything's balanced.
Well, it cools your initial rooms too.
Sure.
So you have a damper in your bedroom, one in the guest room, and a lot of times the guest room, because it's not used as much, you don't realize that the damper is not working correctly.
Wow.
So until you have company, of course.
And company will always let you know, especially if they're not from Arizona. Hello, company that comes to my house. Let's go back to the thermostat, because I want to talk about the difference between the on switch and the auto switch. I don't know the difference between those. So can you break that down for us and what that means and how I should be setting up my thermostat in the proper manner?
So the auto button is going to have your AC or your heater turning on or off until it gets to that temperature that you've chosen on your thermostat.
Okay.
The on will run consistently. And a lot of people, if they want to circulate the air without opening the windows because it's hot or whatever, dusty, dust storm, whatever, you just turn it on and it'll run consistently and it just circulate the air in the house.
Okay. Okay.
It keeps the fan moving.
Got it. So
Okay.
if I set a particular temperature,
Right.
then it will always be dialed into that. And if it rises above, it'll kick on and
Correct.
match that temperature. In your opinion, what's the perfect indoor temperature?
We recommend between 76 and 82.
Okay.
A lot of elderly people like it a little warmer. And I also recommend that if you're going to be gone a lot, to get an Ecobee thermostat, which is programmable by your phone.
Wow.
And so you can actually say, I'm going home now, and it takes me a half an hour to get home. So I want it to be 78 when I get home, but right now it's 82 in my house. So you can do that with your phone, and by the time you get home, it'll be nice and cool.
Is it more efficient to keep that auto temperature on? Like, so let's say I keep my house at 80 and I leave all day or even for the weekend. Is it more efficient to keep it on like that or let it turn it off altogether?
Well, you never shut off your air conditioner.
Okay.
Because
Great
it
tip.
makes your refrigerator run longer, and also the inside, your furniture gets wicked hot, and then it takes longer to cool that down as well if you turn it off.
Wow.
Okay, so you always want to leave it, when you're leaving and going out of town, to set it to like 82, 84, and that should be fine. Don't ever go above 85.
Even like going off to like a day at work, and I'm going to be gone for 10, 12 hours.
I usually bump mine up to 81.
Okay. What is a IAQ, an indoor air quality product?
That's called a Respicare air filter.
Okay.
And it's a hospital grade air filter. So it attaches to your air conditioning unit up in the attic, and it processes through electronic static. It cleans your air and filters it into your house that way. So it reduces dust and allergens and mold and mildew and all the smells that you can have if you have a lot of cats in your house or a lot of smokers or that type of thing. It purifies your air.
That seems like it might be good for like a dust situation. We've had a very monsoony summer.
We have.
Would that be a practical
Yes, it
solution
is.
for that?
And it also helps you sleep as well because you're breathing in cleaner air.
And that can be installed into an existing system?
Correct.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. This has been probably one of the most educational sessions I've ever had.
Oh, that's good to hear.
And I think it's so important that it's one of those things that an individual, you take air conditioning for granted, especially when we live out in the middle of the desert.
Until it breaks.
Until it breaks. Paula, thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Yvonne, thank you very much. Thank you for having me. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Give us a call. We're here from 7 in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. We also have on-call service as well on Saturday and Sunday. The phone number here is 480-832-3330. And again, it's Norris Air in Mesa, Arizona.
Awesome. Guys, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks for coming.
If you'd like to be featured on Casey's Corner, please like, subscribe, share this video. Thanks very much. Have a great day.